Oh boy, still rocking the fucking slippers. Still rocking the old the grandpa slippers. Still rocking them. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Ooh, back's feeling a little tender today. Back's feeling a little tender. Let me just one second. Ah! Sorry, the L1, L2 disc in my back. Ah! You know, if you don't do that if you don't have a, see that? And I got my shoulders, like oh, now I'm ready to do a podcast. You see, when you're looking at the surface, you see a blonde, albino, not confident person from Brooklyn. You hear me. If I was in a hotel and you were my neighbor, if you were on this next room with me at a hotel and you heard these, I'm 85 years old, I got bladder issues, I may have COPD, may have smoked cigarettes, like you're thinking that person's in the room, not Turbo. But you sexy bastards, how you doing? Welcome back to another beautiful episode of Professional Child, okay? You want to know something? I'm going to tell you something right now. This is something, I don't know how to say this. I'm going to say this. I can just act like I'm suave. I can act like I'm, like my shit don't stink. I'm a fucking savage. I'm holding my nuts in my fucking palm. I can act like that, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to be truthful. I was almost going to have another fuck up. I was almost going to have a Turbo situation happen. I was almost going to have these past 3 weeks be me explaining, oh, I'm never going to be late again. Oh, I'm gonna, blah, blah, blah. I almost didn't have a podcast go out today. Let's just fucking make that note right now. So you're seeing this, no matter what it is, no matter what happens in the future, next 30 fucking minutes, 35 of this pod, I want you to know you probably weren't gonna get one this week. Shit happened, you know, family issues, family problems, shit happened, you know, what you call it, crazy Italian families, sometimes you get kicked out of your house. What are you going to do? But people, Professional fucking Child is here for your faces. I have a special one today, okay? I have a special one. I had a plan before everything happened, but I wanted to do this for the longest time because there's something you guys know, okay? There's something you guys know about me. I am a fanatic. I am an addict. I am overwhelmingly a fan of the band Queen, especially Freddie Mercury. I've said it plenty of times. If I was born back in the day and I was around to where Freddie Mercury, you know, he was alive and breathing, blood was pumping, and I was able to see him mouth on mouth, I would suck the mustache right off his fucking lip. I would make sure to let him know I love him. I love the band. I love everything about it. Boom, 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 bop, bop, bop. I'll play the instruments. Queen is the best band in the fucking world. I don't care. Fuck all your, you know, you long-haired, smelly fucking hippie douchebags in the comments right now telling me, it's about Lynyrd Skynyrd. It's about AC/DC. Queen. So, you know, I'm not trying to persuade, okay? That seemed like a persuasion. Okay, that seemed like a heavy persuasion on my part, and I apologize. Okay, I apologize. I crossed boundaries, but you're allowed to love another. I swear, I love other bands too. Motley fucking Crue, I have Green Day's fucking Dookie post up there. What you call? I love fucking, you know, Bon Jovi's good. I mean, I said, why did I say Bon Jovi? No, I actually swear to God to you, I haven't listened to Bon Jovi in fucking years. Whenever you hear, oh, whoa, come on the fucking radio. The only reason why I did a Bon Jovi is because Rock and from Brooklyn, he came to, yeah, no, my mom listened to Bon Jovi, and I tackled Bon Jovi's son in football. I tell a story? I don't know. Maybe I will tell a story. I don't know. Long story short, I was in Little League football. Bon Jovi, for some reason, had his son come into the fucking organization in Brooklyn where I was playing. He didn't go to, like, Hollywood or nothing, where his son could have probably gotten fucking millions of dollars to play, even as a 9-year-old. But he came to Brooklyn, put his kids in the organization I was in. The whole neighborhood knew Bon Jovi was gonna fucking be there, so everybody came to watch their kid. You know, like the deadbeat parents that never watched their kids practice or nothing, they came that day to watch Bon Jovi. But Bon Jovi's son was in my fucking, like, he was in my He was in my group. He was in the group that I was in to do like a drill. And the drill was called the Nutcracker drill. Pause. We were 10. And we were on the floor. Like the Nutcracker drill is you're on the floor. You're laying down. He's laying opposite of you. So your heads are touching while you're on the floor. Pause again. We were just 10. And I'm laying down. And when you hear the whistle, you got to get up, turn around, and try to tackle the person right behind you as hard as you can. Or there was a drill where I go one like a 90-degree angle. I was running this way, Bon Jovi's son runs that way, and like when you meet up like this, like a fucking T-bone car crash, you gotta fucking like destroy him. I was never a big heavy tackle. I was scared of my own shadow. So for some reason, I saw this kid was like my height matchup. It was a good match. So I said, fuck it. I can't get that hurt in this. He's not a big fucking diesel kid. So I ran at him, and I may have not did a good tackle. I had a great sweet spot, and I may have dazed him a little bit. I may have got him good. And then Bon Jovi got mad at my father, who was coaching the drill and the organization. And yeah. So anyway, Queen. I guarantee you, Freddie Mercury's fucking son. Well, that probably couldn't have happened. But I mean, if Brian May, Roger, John Deacon's kid came to my fucking football, I would have said, you know what? Take my helmet, take the ball. All you. You are royalty. Royal fucking tea. Let me lick the sweat off your head. We were just 10. We'd never. Anyway, why I just want to do this for myself. You know, because everybody sees, you know, the Queen shit around my room, and I get a lot of comments, you know, when you start getting into Queen and why the fuck are you really into, like, someone your age really isn't into Queen that much. Let me tell you this, okay? I gotta thank marijuana for my love for Queen, or my love of music, honestly, I swear to God. Before I dabbled into marijuana, okay, which was for 2018, I would listen to the music on the radio, and that's it. Listening to, like, music wasn't my forte. You know, I would listen to the Rat Pack, like Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin. A little later on, like my high school life, like when I was a sophomore, junior, maybe, I was listening to Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin. Never rap. Like, never specific people. Like, I would never deep dive or have a fan of someone in the music world. Never did. Michael Jackson when I was little, before the rumors, and, you know, but after he died, after he croaked, you know, I deep dived into Michael Jackson, listened to his fucking shit, and that's it. But other than that, radio. If it's in the car, you put it on loud, and then you fucking bop to it. You go to a Sweet 16, you're fucking grinding on your girl with the fucking, you know, so you're having a good time, and you fucking listen to the radio, and that's the person I was in music. Marijuana made me get stoned and made me sit down in my chair. What? You see, I don't make this up. I don't make this fucking up. I just got not yelled at, but I just got told, like, I said I'm recording. I shut my door, I said I'm recording. I just got, like, bamboozled that there was no more toilet paper on the roll. I got interrupted from Professional Child, the #1 show on the internet, because my mom saw there was no toilet paper. Queen, okay, we're back. Professional Child. Long story short, I'm a fan of Queen. I wanted to make, maybe, like I said, don't want to influence, but at the end of this podcast, if you're not a fan of Queen, you are a deadbeat and a loser. So listen, that's facts. That's fucking facts. So here we go. Okay. Queen. This is my collection. Now, I get the vinyl, okay? I want to feel, okay? I want to feel the music. I want to feel what people in the 70s and the 80s felt when they went to the record store and they got a record for Queen, okay? Their music is I'm going to explain, okay? So this is maybe a little crash course to Queen, all right? Freddie Mercury, Brian May on guitar, you got Roger Taylor on the drums, and John Deacon on the bass. All 4 elements of Queen. Freddie Mercury, the voice, #1 vocalist. I mean, it's Freddie Mercury, Whitney Houston. You got all these vocalists, okay, that if they have that instrument alone, they don't have to touch an instrument. That's a gift in its own fucking realm. okay? If you have frontmen that have a voice, but then they're in charge of the acoustic guitar, or they're in charge of the lead guitar, or they're in charge of the bass. God, I'm gonna get into this, okay? So, the first thing they did, Queen, 1971. Okay, this is legit. Oh, 1973. Sorry, 1970, 1971. They got together. They came together, and they came with 1973 with Queen, with the original album Queen. Okay, so Queen on this album, side one, Keep Yourself Alive, Doing Alright. One of these songs, Doing Alright, was from the band they had before, Brian May, Roger Taylor, and just Brian May and Roger Taylor. Keep Yourself Alive was a song they had. Doing Alright was a song they had already from the old band. And Freddie Mercury came on the song and he liked it, and he did it for the album. He put his own voice on it. Son and Daughter, Modern Times Rock and Roll. At this point in time, you'll see some with the pictures in the background, there's a lot of heaviness in this band right now. You just hear Queen, Radio Gaga, the Bohemian Rhapsodies. This is before all this. This is their first album. This is when they had fucking nothing. They were hungry, and they didn't give a fuck. They wanted to make it, and that's why all like the posters or whatever I really like about Queen is when really before 1976, like after Bohemian Rhapsody, that's when I kind of like, look at the band a little differently. Because before that, even when they were making Night of the Opera, I'll get to it, they were broke. Their managers fucked them. They were on the brink of, if we don't make a fucking hit, meaning Bohemian Rhapsody, if we don't make a good album, we're done. So they were almost a 5-year band, that's it. So they did Doing Alright. This album did nothing for them, okay? It did nothing. Brian May, Freddie Mercury, they would take the bus and go down to record stores and stuff, or they would just, sometimes they would go to a record store. I remember Brian May saying in a documentary, they would say, "Oh, did you get the new Queen album? Well, how you hear the new Queen? You hear the new Queen music?" And people be like, the fuck? What are you talking about? What? Okay, fine, fuck it. Okay, whatever. So, I just love this. Very easy, very fucking, a classic album. Raw, heavy, amazing. This one here is the famous picture everyone knows and love about Queen. Now, you were to think, by just looking at this, oh, this is Bohemian Rhapsody. This is Bohemian Rhapsody. This is Queen 2, bitch. Freddie Mercury saw a picture, it was some lady, it was a famous picture that just had a lady in this pose right here with the same black lighting and stuff and the same lighting. And he saw this, got influenced by it, and made it the cover album for Queen 2. And then 2 years later, because this was 74, or a year later, because at 74, they dropped Queen 2 and Sheer Heart Attack. So maybe they were just, the year flipped maybe when Sheer Heart Attack came out. But 2 years, 1 year time, even next year, Freddie Mercury goes back to this idea and says, you know what, let's do this like style for the Bohemian Rhapsody music video. So, little info there. But Queen 2, the second album, this is when the world, okay, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna say the world. This is when the UK really starts to sense like, oh, fuck. Like, who are these badasses? Who are these fucking 4 random fucks? Roger Taylor being a dental student, Brian May being astrophysics, John Deacon being engineering, and Freddie Mercury, who was a design, like art student from Ealing Art College. You have these 4 randos come together to make these beautiful fucking songs. You got on side white, because this is when they start. This is when Freddie Mercury was starting to get the fucking like the magic element. This is 1974, people. David Bowie. You had all these crazy like pop rock. Like that rock with the colored nails, the black fingernails, the face paint with David Bowie. You had the elaborate costumes that Freddie Mercury would wear, and just seeing it in the Sheer Heart Attack album that they released the year after, just the cover here, just the way they were just they were themselves. Like, they didn't really copy anyone. They were Queen. That's why in the movie, which isn't a documentary, it's a movie, so a lot of stuff is, out of sorts. But they are Queen. They are no one else. You can't compare them to anybody else in that time. That's why they're so special to me, because yeah, AC/DC, Metallica, all those are the bands that came out later on. Yeah, they took Queen was a part of the development of the formula of like hard rock, rock and roll. Yeah, okay, go back to the, like the Billy Blues rock with Johnny Cash or whatever you want to call it. But Queen was the blueprint for setting your own fucking way, in my opinion. I just setting your own way in rock, where you had to just wear jeans and play your instruments and sing the song to a crowd that was just sitting. There's a Queen concert that I watched that there's people just sitting in the fucking seats like, get up! If I was fucking there, I'd be sweating, I'd be creaming. This album really kickstarted their career in the UK. They had a huge fucking hit in Seven Seas of Rhye that actually had the instrumental on the first album. They teased Seven Seas of Rhye on the first album, and they brought it into full effect into Queen 2 for a finale on Side Black. You got Father to Son, the world goes around. Father to son, to son. You got fucking White Queen walks, and the night was bare. Like, if you listen to Queen 1, Queen 2, and Sheer Heart Attack is when they kind of go a little crazier, but the first two albums that I showed you, they were heavy. They were heavy rock. They were dirty rock. They were fucking, they had fucking, they had oomph. And look at this. You ready? And then you open it up this way and look at it. Look at that. You got the information, and then you got fucking Queen. Look at them. Look at that. Do you think them being in 1974 with all the hard rock shit going on, Woodstock back in the day, look at them. I swear to God, even in the movie, when Freddie Mercury walks to the table when they were having the meeting with John Reed, the fucking people look at Freddie and they go, wanker. Like, they're like, well, look at this fucking queer, But Jesus Christ, like the disgusting, terrible shit they would say to the people that looked like this back then. But they didn't give a fuck. Fuck you, bitch. If we're gonna walk on water, we might as well dance. So Queen 2, they started getting going. But don't forget, they were originally on, like, they were a part of terrible fucking managers at this fucking part. So they were getting robbed. I don't think they were making nothing for these 3 albums. So this album was the last one with their shitty managers. Sheer Heart Attack. Now, this is when the world starts to realize, fuck, Queen's the bitch. So you have Killer Queen. That's what broke the U.S. That's what broke them into the U.S. You got Killer Queen. Maybe Keep Yourself Alive. Maybe Seven Seas of Rhye. Liar. Maybe those songs on the other albums have really, like, influenced them. But guess what? I think Killer Queen was the first one to have, like, all the people in, like, the States go, like, oh, they're here to stay. Like, they're not a one-hit wonder that, a band from the fucking UK. Oh, who are these random Brits that made this good song? No. Like, they're a couple of Brits that are here to stay. Killer Queen, and Stone Cold Crazy, which, speaking of Metallica, they loved Stone Cold Crazy. Stone Cold Crazy on this album, Sheer Heart Attack, was listed as one of the first heavy metal rock songs. Coming from fucking Queen. That's what I'm trying to tell you. This band was a multitude of just colors and feelings. And a lot of bands that do that, they're sellouts. They're doing whatever's good at the time. But they're adapting. They're not falling behind. They're not saying, this works for us, we're gonna do this. This works for us, we're gonna keep doing that. Like, they kept fucking, they're like, no. Yeah, we put out a nice, soft song on our last album that did good. This time, we're gonna put a heavy fucking metal, because you wanna know what? They can! They got those tools in their back pocket. They could do that. And here we go. Sheer Heart Attack. That came out That happened. They got robbed by their fucking managers. They were like, why are we getting like 10 quid a week? Why are we getting like these fucking, with chump change thrown at us? And we see our managers driving to us in Rolls Royces. That's impossible. That seems weird and odd. We got to make a change. So they dropped their old managers, and John Reid, the manager for Elton John at the time, Elton John's manager, said, hey, love you motherfuckers. Yes, I'll manage you. I need you now to go off, make your fourth album, because now they're fucked. Queen is fucked, okay? They are broke. They have no, they have no more avenues of savior. Okay, maybe the old managers could have got them that gig, whatever. Now I'm starting to talk in fucking terms that I don't even know these facts, but at this point in time, I'm just trying to think about what they were feeling like. They were just fucking just dead end. Like, here we go. It's all or nothing in a way with this next album. All these things have been said in documentaries and stuff. And since I'm just a crazy fucking fan, a ton of these fucking storylines and shit and facts are really scattered in this brain. And I'm sweating. And I'm still thinking about how my mother really took me out of the flow to talk about fucking toilet paper. But that's okay. That's my life. So here we go. This is when you took the grenade, you wrote Queen on it, you threw it, and it fucking exploded the planet. Is this the real life? Is this just diabetes? A Night at the fucking Opera bit. Are you out of your fucking mind? And this has a different feel to it. It's like a cardboard feel. It's like a cardboard mat, if you want to say. This design right here was drawn by Freddie Mercury. If you guys can't see, it's all the zodiac signs of the four members. You have the swan, you have like the tigers, whatever. You have the fairies, the crab. It's the zodiac signs of the four members. And again, like Virgo, shit like that. Is it zodiac? Is that right? Okay. So then you open it up, and it's just like this to me. If you were to say who's Queen, give him this album. Give him this album, because fuck the music. Look at the inside. Look at the inside. Fuck the music now. Look at the inside. It's just what? Imagine seeing this and rolling your fucking weed over here, because that's what they used to do. By the way, they used to roll their weed on album cover. Imagine rolling your weed on the lyrics to Bohemian Rhapsody. Amazing. So listen to me. You heard, ooh, you're making me live, you're my best friend that I ever had. This was in this album too. Another fucking hit in this album? You bet your ass there is. You're my best friend. Bohemian Rhapsody. Love of My Life, which was now Love of My Life. A lot of people think that it was him singing to his girlfriend at the time after, letting her know that he was gay and he didn't have, love for that relationship no more. However, he still loves to death the person Mary. For the longest time, I thought, and everyone thought, like the story was this song was saying to her, about her, like for her, this song was for her, but like in the terms of like, is he singing this to her? Like what's going on here? His assistant, his right hand man, his best friend Peter Freestone, Phoebe, he called him. He mentioned that he goes, I listened to Love of My Life, and he goes, and I think I really figured it out. And I take his word for it, in my opinion, because after he said that, I was like, oh shit. Listening back to the lyrics and stuff. Love of My Life isn't a song like about Mary. He's singing in Mary's perspective. This Freddie Mercury, all you see on the surface is a mustache, the crazy leather, and he was just fucking crazy. No! Genius! And yeah, other artists out there did other songs in other people's perspectives, and I'm over here saying, this is bias. You clicked on a bias fucking podcast. Click off of it. Go fucking jerk off. Go call yourself a loser, because that's what you are if you don't like this. Ivy, I don't know what else to fucking do, okay? I just got home yesterday. They were gonna get nothing. I want to talk about Queen, and they're yelling at me here. You're looking good. You're looking good. Just don't stay dry. So, this album here did it. That's it. Off to the fucking races. You now know the Queen everyone loves and enjoys. That's it. They went on fucking, after this, they went on the biggest tour, the biggest tour to date, the biggest tour they ever did to date. Craziness, pure insanity, and amazing. So, next, here we go. Off to the races. I don't really want to go. I went in depth with the first four because those are the stories and how they really came up. Here we go. You got Queen, A Day at the Races. You have beautiful songs like Somebody to Love. Just think about that, though. You had Killer Queen. You had Bohemian Rhapsody. And then Somebody to Love. Oh, my God, amazing. And if you're not good enough, if you think that was good as it is, they said the next year they made an album. They said, you know what we're going to do? We're going to go back to our fucking roots. Make the raw music you all love and enjoy. And we're going to make one of the most popular rock albums ever. And one of the best Family Guy episodes because it involves Queen. News of the World. News of the World, let me just tell you, not news. News of the World is by far a rock album that you just have to the first two songs. If a fucking band opens an album with these two songs, and now we know how historic these two songs became, you put this in the top 10 of everyone's fucking albums because of this. Imagine you wake up, oh shit, Queen's album came out today. You go to the fucking record store, or I think they were singles before the album came out, but imagine the singles go out in the store, whatever. You go and you're buying, you're listening, and you hear, We Will Rock You, and then on the next side, We Are the Fucking Champions. Are you out of your fucking mind? Are you out of your mind? This album is platinum. You start off your album with We Will Rock You and We Are the Champions. Two fucking bangers. Raw. They went back to their roots, man. Every time I want to watch a live Queen concert, I usually go for 1977 or like 1978 to 79 away, because that's when Freddie Mercury was, that's it. Freddie Mercury, all the wheels were off. The training wheels were off in a way. That's it. Boom. Queen. Go off, bitch. This album, it grows on me. I like it. Wasn't their most loved, but it's a fun one. You have, first of all, Don't Stop Me Now. Don't Stop Me Now, which was on this album. That, once again, think of it, every year, no matter if all the other songs, were kind of trash in the albums, every year they made a fucking hit. Of course, at the time, maybe it wasn't known as hits, but looking back how the songs survived, every year they put out a fucking hit. The radio couldn't stop Queen for years. You got Jazz. Now, can't show it on here, but first of all, one of the most beautiful Queen inside artworks is their artwork for the fucking Jazz album. Look at that. That's just them in a studio, I believe, in Paris, France, I want to say. I'm not fucking sure here. No. I was right. I was half right. In Montreux, Switzerland, and Nice, France, whatever the fuck that's called. Whatever's in France, all right. And this room right here has been transformed actually to a room in the museum. Queen has a museum in Montreux. So there you go. And look at that. The fucking camera shut off. Would you look at that? Would you look at fucking that? Go fuck yourself, you stupid fucking bitch. Now, this camera's starting to get on my nerves now. I gotta get a new memory card here, because it's not even recording 30 minutes of fucking clip here. It's not even recording 30 minutes of clip. How long are we going for? 30 minutes. I may have been rude too fast. It actually was 30 minutes. So I apologize, Canon. Canon, you got money. And I don't. So sponsor. So they came out with Jazz. Don't Stop Me Now was a hit. Don't Stop Me Now was a song that scared the other members of Queen, especially for Brian May, because Brian May said it in his POV of the interview, but I'm not sure for the other members, but especially for Brian May, he said when he heard Don't Stop Me Now, this is 1978, this is after 77, so, Freddie Mercury's starting to get into the gay scene now. He's starting to get heavy into the New York City gay scene, the meatpacking district, just living his best life, living his fucking best life, honestly. And Don't Stop Me Now was a song that if you listen to it, is Freddie Mercury basically telling you, like, the title, like, don't stop me now. Like, you can't stop me. Like, I'm on a roll right now. Like, I'm living my life right now after 75, 77. The past 4 years of his life, like, think about it. If it was high school, right? Freshman year, 75, 77. Freshman year, right? You got Bohemian Rhapsody with the Night of the Opera. Then the next year, you got Somebody to Love and all those hits with A Day at the Races. Then you got We Will Rock You, We Are the Champions, crazy fucking hits, News of the World. Then senior year, your fourth year, you got Don't Stop Me Now and fucking Jazz. And the other songs in that album, too, are very much that Don't Stop Me Now type of beat. And they went very experimental with, like, Mustafa, whatever the fuck it's called. And with that Indian sound, with those Indian horns, whatever. There is a picture of a buttocks of a lady, because of the song Bicycle Race on this album. There is a picture in here of a lady riding a bicycle with her buttocks out, with her butt cheeks out. Can't show it on here, but if you want to go on Google, look it up, look at porn. So think about that. So Don't Stop Me Now was him basically saying, like I'm a sex machine, ready to reload. Like, I don't want to sing, Don't Stop Me Now. Look at the lyrics. Like, you know what, fuck it. They're in the album anyway, so why have to fucking look at the lyrics? Like, Turbo, you're gonna be a fucking asshole? Fucking, come on. Like, they're here paying money to watch you, you know what I'm saying? Don't stop me now! I'm a shooting star leaping through the sky like a tiger, defying the laws of gravity. I'm a racing car passing by like Lady Godiva. I'm gonna go, go, go. There's no stopping me. I'm burning through the sky. Yeah, 200 degrees. They call me Mr. Fahrenheit. Fucking don't stop me now, don't stop me now. I'm a sex machine ready to reload like an atom bomb. This motherfucker was like, don't stop me now. So Brian May heard this song. And he was like, he goes, I like this song, but I'm not happy about, like, what we're singing about. Because, like, I'm scared, like, I'm starting to get a little scared for Fred. Because, like, I'm starting to see my friend, like, act out, be crazier, like, live his crazy life, like, the Freddie Mercury stories we all now know. Like, I'm looking at my friend, then he's, it's scary. But the song's a hit. So, that was a little story, but don't stop me now. Fucking that song is pretty much Freddie Mercury telling you, I'm going to lick cock. I'm going to do what I got to do. And guess what? Fuck you. The Game. Probably, statistically, this was number one in the U.S. This got to number one in the U.S. By the time Queen made it to the 1980s, 1981, 1980, 1981, those 2 years, like when they made this album and they toured for this album, I gotta say, this is prime Queen. This right here is prime Queen. Now, they made, this album here. They have fucking Crazy Little Thing Called Love, an Elvis throwback type of song. Another One Bites the Dust, which got to number one in the U.S. because a lot of the people who used the song, Another One Bites the Dust, were in a lot of disco clubs, a lot of black urban clubs that used disco type, like a boom, 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 and they used the instrumental. And they didn't even really know who the fuck was Queen. They all thought Queen was a black group. They all thought Queen was a black band when they heard Another One Bites the Dust. And Roger Taylor, the drummer, always says that helped us get this record to be out number one. Because at that time, disco was starting to, a lot popping with disco. The music style was starting to change in the 80s with the nightclubs and shit like that. So Another One Bites the Dust, which, by the way, was made by John Deacon, one of the quietest members in the fucking band, this album got to number one. And it is a great album. Side one, no fucking skips. Play the Game, Dragon Attack, Another One Bites the Dust, Need Your Loving Tonight, Crazy Little Thing Called Love. All great fucking songs. They have a slow song at the end called Save Me, which is a beautiful fucking ballad by Freddie Mercury. But this is the prime. This is Queen prime, in my opinion. This is prime. Shout out Logan, give me money. This is Golden Age Queen. This is Queen's Golden Age. You can see he has no mustache in this cover album here, and they made Crazy Little Thing, and shortly after, he got the mustache. He grew with the mustache for the first time. And in the music video, Play the Game, I believe, was the first time he was shown publicly with the mustache. So there you go. Which was a terrible music video, Play the Game. The comments were like, when you get a green screen for the first time on Christmas and you decide to make a music video. Like, Queen stood behind a fucking green screen or whatever, and there was like fire. It's like they were in hell or whatever the hell. It's whatever. What are you gonna fucking do? But now, guys, I don't want to keep going on, but I honestly, the whole podcast, all I did was just explain Queen's story throughout album to album. But I mean, in a way, that's all I kind of wanted to do. I just wanted to just rant about fucking Queen. And I don't have all their albums, so it's gonna end here. But I don't have all their vinyls and stuff. I could talk about their albums and stuff, but I don't want this to become a fucking, like a fucking documentary here. Queen Hot Space, okay? This right here, their worst album, statistically. Listening back, my opinion, I still love this album. I love that dance rhythm shit, but of course, back in the time, 1982, Queen was known for rock and their different types of rock, but this was nothing like what they were fucking used to or what the fans wanted. Like, this was pure like the success they had from Another One Bites the Dust and shit like that disco type music, their success and their number one success from their past album, they said, let's do the whole next album like it, and maybe it'll work out just like the last one, and it didn't, and it flopped heavily. And after this album, they performed for Saturday Night Live 1982 for season 4 of Saturday Night Live, episode 1, and that was the last time they performed in U.S. soil. That was the last fucking time they performed in New York, United States. Insanity. In fucking sanity. I mean, the fact that people could get all that I just showed you, all that piece of great content, which also, don't forget, later on, they still had a lot more success. Fucking Live Aid, the arena tours, they became legends. They were legends already, but they kept going on after this. But I think this is a great way to end it, honestly. This little fucking Queen type of podcast, Hot Space. That's where a lot of the momentum stopped for them. So that's when the momentum's going to stop for this fucking podcast. And I have Queen's Greatest Hits that I actually just got for Christmas from my mommy. So thank you so much, Mom. Now I will change toilet paper. But yeah, no, Greatest Hits. And then I also have for my beautiful friend Anna. I met Anna for the first time doing a little photo shoot for my old merch that I used to do for my gaming stuff. And the first time I met her, she knew I loved Queen, and she got me Freddie Mercury's solo album. This is during the break when Hot Space came out, and Freddie Mercury was like, fuck it, I gotta do my own thing, I gotta do a solo album. And he came out with fucking Mr. Bad Guy, which did not do good. CBS Records that signed him for $1 million to $2 million, whatever, they were so excited, didn't do fucking good. So, that goes to show you that fucking people, man. Me being a Queen fanatic, Freddie Mercury lover, how did people not go crazy for this? But he did have a lot of music on this album that, didn't. In a way, why would you? Let him do something different. People just want the same shit. A lot of this music is pop, so that's why I guess it didn't work. But what are you gonna fucking do? What are you gonna do? Is what I say. When I face challenges and dilemmas and constipation. All right. I had a lot more of this stuff I wanted to talk about, actually, but since, like I told you, my life was turned upside down the other day, and I just got back home yesterday, this podcast I got to edit and put out today. Listen, you sexy bastards, I love you so much. I just wanted to share my love for Queen. I wanted to show you the info I know, and I wanted to show you maybe some info of the albums and stuff if you want to go listen to some of these albums. In my opinion, if you want to listen to Queen, listen to Queen 2, Sheer Heart Attack, A Night at the Opera, and then I would go to Day at the Races. Pretty much start from their second album and end with The Game. And just get a feel for the kind of band they are. And then afterwards, they do a lot of other stuff and miscellaneous type of songs and really, really cool shit. So, guys, I love you. This was a different type of podcast today. I like it. I wanted to change up a little bit. You sexy bastards, I love you so much. Don't forget to subscribe to my other podcast I'm doing, my friend Vinny, the Weekly Issue Podcast. It's all about comic books, DC, Marvel, all crazy shit, Star Wars. I want to talk about The Walking Dead in the next episode. So, people, don't miss that. Go in the description. Subscribe to that channel. Subscribe right now to Turbo Comedy right here. This channel right now. Subscribe, like, bell, ding. Do what you gotta fucking do. I gotta change the fucking toilet paper. I gotta change. I'm done now.